We spend a lot of time, y'all, thinking, overthinking. Like, we're worried about what people are gonna think of us. Worried about, is this video gonna be viral, or is this video gonna do well? Is this the video that's gonna get me to my next goal? Forget all of that. What is really the purpose of putting out content? Now, a lot of folks, they jump and say money. But is money enough? Is money really going to sustain you? Some of y'all might say yes. Maybe you really think so. Maybe you think if you have a certain amount of money, that's it. That's all you got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about nothing else because you'll have money. I can't speak on it because I've never had a whole bunch of money where I didn't have to worry about money. I never had that. I have to budget. I have to think about my future. I have to think about money. So I can't, I'm not the person to tell you yay or nay on that one. But I was watching Donnie McClurkin. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but I was just watching. He just did this. He was doing a sermon and he was talking about a lot of things. He was talking about God being a deliverer, which he very much so is. Very much so. Because I can't tell you where I would be without God and without his deliverance over my life and him offering me and giving me the strength to go on after such a devastation in my life. But he was also talking about he's about to turn 50 years old and he's now an elder. And he can reach back and tell the youth where they're going wrong and guide them and lead them to be better. And that resonated. I don't want to cry on this. That resonated with me because as we get older, I can't say everyone, but generally in society, as we hit our 40s, it's a lot of age shaming, right? They start saying, you're an auntie now, but not in it has this negative connotation, like you old and like you're washed up or you're no good anymore or whatever they say. I can't think of specifics because I'm thinking about getting my message out. I'm thinking about saying what I gotta say. And we buy into that. We want to look good. We want to work on the outside. We want to go get Botox. We want to do all this stuff to reverse the aging process. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but there is beauty in those wrinkles. There is beauty in your gray hair because you have lived long enough to see those wrinkles and see that gray hair. You have lived long enough to have experienced some things and been at a point now where you can process that, and you have hopefully started to, and you have become wise. You have become wise. All of the experiences that you've had up until this point have made you wise. If you're willing to learn from your mistakes, learn from your experiences and change and shift, you're now at a place in your 40s where you can mentor and reach back and support people coming up. And it's okay to step into that. It's okay to step into that and own that. We spend a lot of time on our exterior. Okay? We spend a lot of time focused on what we look like, focused on being the most attractive, losing a little weight. I don't want to be this heavy. We focus a lot, and we're not losing weight for our health. We're losing weight for the aesthetic. We're not losing it. We're not trying to be smaller because we say we want to be healthy, but really it's, I want to be snatched. I want my waist to be this. I don't want my stomach to stick out like that. And granted, yes, I understand that. But we spend a lot of time on the exterior. What I'm trying to say, just stay with me. What I'm trying to say is, what about your soul? What about your legacy? What are you leaving? If you had to close your eyes today and you no longer were living, what is your legacy? People are going to say, wow, she was beautiful, but what else? But what else? When you are living your life and you're moving about the place, just think about when you were coming up. Who were the people that you had to look up to? What examples did they show you? I know growing up, I had a phenomenal mother. My mom was such a hard worker, right? But she still took the time to make sure that she looked good, okay? But she nurtured us. She poured into me. She taught me how to be a hardworking person, also take time for myself, and have no apologies about that. She taught me how to go after what I want, how to be consistent, how to stay the course, how to be diligent, how to keep going even when it gets hard. And she didn't have to say that. She didn't have to say that. Pause. She didn't have to say that. She didn't have to say, be consistent, be diligent, work hard. You know how she taught me? By action. My mom grew up, she was born in Jamaica, grew up in England. When she came to America, she went to school in England. When she came to America with my dad, I was very young. When we came here, she had to start over with her education. They didn't honor what her education, whatever educational certificates and degrees she had from London, they didn't honor that here. She had to start over from a GED. And she did that. She started over from a GED. Then she went to college full-time and worked full-time. We still had a hot meal every night. I still don't know how she did that. Stay with me, guys. I'm making a point here. Stay with me. After that, after she got her bachelor's, in 4 years, mind you, working a full-time job, she then went on and got her master's degree and an administrative certificate. She was a teacher. Let me tell you something. Her example, and not only that, her example of home ownership, her example of all of the things, like as a woman, as a young girl, watching my mom do these things. When I became of age, when people ask me, Coach, how are you so consistent? How are you able to do these things? How are you able to? It's because of the example I had growing up. She showed me, she gave me the blueprint of how to do that, how to do it, how to be successful, how to face adversity. Every day is not going to be rosy. You're not always going to meet your goal when you think you should meet your goal, but that does not mean that you quit. That's what she taught me. So now and I'm talking to I'm talking to ladies my age. I'm talking to us my age. And what's happening now with social media is we are not stepping into that auntie era. We want to still be dropping it low. And I'm not saying aunties can't drop it low now. Okay. But we are not stepping into our leadership role and showing the younger girls how to come up by example. We want to be in the club with them. We want to look out. You want to look 20. You want to act 20. We are not 20. And that takes away from your experience. That takes away from your stature when we trying to be something that we're not. I'm just saying. Just think about the examples you had. And as our responsibility at our age, in our 40s, our responsibility is to raise the next generation, not just drag them up. We have to raise the next generation to be stronger, to be better, to be able to think on their own. Take a moment and do inventory in your home. Will your children be able to survive? You owe it to them to give them the tools. You owe it to them for them to have their father in their life. I'm not speaking to women that may have been in abusive relationships. I'm not speaking to you because I know that your experience is different when it comes to the father of your child. I'm speaking to the women that's heart, and this is sis, that's heart was broken by the man that they decided to conceive with. I know he broke your heart. I know he did. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have access to his children. His children need him. They need their dad. They need their dad in their life. We are spending too much time trying to get back and being bitter. We've got to do better. And I hope that my message is being heard, and this is not meant to be judgmental at all. Before my daughter passed, I had to let go of my resentment and allow her father to have time with her whenever he wanted, because she loved her dad. Even though I didn't love him no more, she loved her daddy. And I could not break their relationship. They had a bond. So I'm not speaking out of turn. I'm not speaking as someone that does not know. I do know. And I know how hard it is when you've been heartbroken by someone and you want to get back at them. Even if you're not verbally saying that out loud, or even if you're not ready to admit that, that's what you're doing. We got to do better, y'all. Like, I had to cut on this camera. I'm in here bawling, crying. I had to cut on this camera because what he said really resonated with me. We are at that age where we need to step into that role as an elder, and that is a heavy role. That is a role of responsibility, because what legacy are we leaving? What are we leaving? We got, and I'm not speaking to every single 40 plus. I'm speaking to those that are not really understanding their role. It's enough of us out there, and I say us collectively, it's enough of us that are not understanding our role as elders. As we are the young elders, 40 till we get to 50. We are the young elders. And you have a responsibility to your nieces, you have a responsibilities to your nephews, to your children, to the people that you mentor outside of your family, to people that may be looking up to you. If you're a content creator, younger women that may be looking up to you for guidance. We have a responsibility to show them the way. And it's not all about your outward appearance. You have to take the time to nurture your soul. You have to take the time to think about what legacy you're leaving behind. What is your legacy? I love y'all for real. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
It's not the diamond. It's not the diamond. It's not the pearl. It's not the pearl. I'm that girl. I'm that girl. It's just that I'm that girl.